piles. We have a late midnight reading. I want you just to go towards the pile you're drawn to. I'm going to start off the video with kind of just feeling the energy about who I'm reading for, and then you can pick your outcome, okay? So right now, I definitely get the feeling that you've been dealing with somebody that I kind of feel humiliated you in some way. And this was kind of surprising, and you didn't expect them to treat you this way. I think you kind of put them on a pedestal, and you believed they were like a really good person. They would never humiliate you like in this way. You gave them more respect, and you just thought they were a much more respectful person. Hi guys, Moo, Ling, Stephen, and Raquel. Thank you for being here. Hi. So yeah, you gave this person so much respect, and you just believed they were a decent person, that they had your best interest at heart. I think you found out how wrong you were. So let's see what's going on underneath it. You've been a little bit guarded from them for a while. It feels like a good while, like 9 years. I know this is 9 weeks, but it feels like 9 years or 9 months, like just a really long time. And you've been cautious, and you've never fully trusted this person again after this humiliation. And you've looked at them in a way like, I want to give up on you. I'm so disappointed by you. But I still think something's there. So you keep looking at them like, no matter what we've been through and how crappy this person was, I don't know, for some reason, you still see something good in them. A little glimmer of hope or a little shining light. There's some part of them that comes out sometimes, and you're like, wow, that's the person I love. That's the person I cared about. That's the person I know. So you're kind of just observing right now. You're being very cautious, and you're taking a lot of precautions as far as like boundaries for yourself to protect yourself so you don't get hurt or embarrassed again by this person. You're still entertaining them, or they're entertaining you in some way, but there's a lot of caution. Hi, Delane. So with the Strength card in the reverse, I also feel there's a part of you in all of this that you cannot help the attraction and the chemistry. And it just gets you. And when you see them, when you're around them, when they kind of melt you. So yeah, I definitely get this feeling like I can't help myself. There's no way I can be strong. There's no way I can resist this person. I tell myself in my mind I should. I'm a wounded warrior. Be careful, boundaries, don't fall for this. And you usually don't. You are very well guarded. But you're dealing with a Leo. There's a Leo here. Or it could be an Aquarius, but a Leo or an Aquarius, but look at you. And I think Leos have a certain way to suck you in. They're charming. They're attractive. You know, they smell good. They look good. They sound good. They're so appealing. And of course you want to be around the Leo. Hello. They're very cuddly and romantic and affectionate. So you're just like pudding. You just, you melt right over this guy or this girl. The World card here in reverse, you're not over them. They're not over you. However, this relationship does not have anything substantial. There is no real promises. Okay? No real promise of any future. There's no solid, I'm going to be here, I love you, we're going to be together. Nothing like that. It's very up in the air. So, the humiliation, like what happened to you that you felt this happened? My intuition tells me they ignored you in public, or they got with somebody else, or they're just acting single and being a fool around town, whatever it is, it's embarrassing because all the people you're close to knew that you were really into this person. You may be refusing to let go of this man or this woman, and it kind of keeps you stuck in the status quo, like you're just going around and around and around with them. You may want everything to just maybe just stay the way it is, you know, but change is inevitable, and you may be forced to move on, even if you feel like you're not ready. But know that it's all for your own good. Okay, so far, that's what I see the struggle, really having to get over an attractive partner that has humiliated you, yet still hangs around. So, all right. So if that is you and that is what you're feeling, and this is resonating with you so far, we have divine counterparts at the bottom of the deck. So this is a spiritual connection. You've got that Six of Wands here at the bottom of the deck. So I do feel this isn't going well, but at the same time, you're not here for nothing. There's no way you would ever feel like you could even stick around for somebody who wasn't worth it for you. I think that you're smarter than that. I think that normally you would never waste your time, but there's something different, and there is something very strange as far as the deep connection with this person for whatever reason, and you guys know what that is. So if you're resonating right now, please pick a pile. This is going to be your outcome. This is going to be how they feel about you, and are they going to be in your future? If you guys have any questions after the video, I am doing some questions for $66. You're welcome to ask me something, and we'll pull out a few cards and see what's going on and get some answers to help you in your situation. I could really use the donations, the funds. I'm still battling in court, and lawyer fees have been killing me this month already, and I needed so much money this weekend, guys, just to get gas and stuff. So whatever donations you can give, also, I'm very grateful and appreciative, and I may do a card for whatever donation you may give me. But a full reading is $66, and you can do that on Cash App or my website. And you don't have to do it when I'm live. You can do it later tonight. You can do it tomorrow. Anytime you donate, I will be happy to give you a reading with your name. Okay? All right, so take a moment. I'll be quiet, and you can pick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start with pile number 1. All right, let's see what's going on here. The spirit animal is the cow spirit. The miracles are endless. There's a lot of surprises with this person. Strong Taurus vibes, strong Capricorn, okay? Even some of that Leo in here. And it's the sunflowers, you know, there's just a lot of prosperity, abundance. I keep hearing we're full of surprises. This person is going to surprise you. That is followed by new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. This is more like the Ace of Cups. And what I'm feeling is, if you picked pile number 1, the way they feel about you is their love for you is very abundant, and it keeps growing. They have a new stirring of emotions for you. They've almost started falling in love with you all over again. but they're falling. This is brand new. This is a revival. This is a renewal. This is fresh. And it feels like for them, they're just getting to know you. They're just meeting you for the first time and falling for you. So there's a lot of affection and attraction and a lot of effort towards you in pile number 1. The Epiphany card is no more bad decisions. All right, so they're hoping to be changed, revived, renewed. This is all good news. They're not going to go in the wrong direction anymore. They want to go in the right direction. They'd actually like a fresh new start. The month of August is going to be a hot, fiery month of passion and romance between you and this person. Okay, very hot month. You guys got the 9 of Cups in the reverse and the High Priestess in the reverse. Will this person be in your future? Well, here's the problem. I mean, there is a problem. One, it's more of a secret admirer kind of syndrome here. It's they really, really want you, but they're having a real struggle telling you that they want you. So that's not fun for you. When the High Priestess shows up in reverse, they're neglecting their own heart, their own instincts. They're putting too much trust in other people giving them advice. They're not paying attention to what their gut is trying to tell them. This blocked energy can be released through meditation and divine spiritual healing and divine spiritual energy. But when you get the 9 of Cups in reverse, it means there is a delay. I'm sorry, but there will be a delay for pile number 1 in getting to reconcile with this person. You're going to find that there's a lot of sacrifices that have to be made in order to get this relationship in union. It's going to feel like a very draining relationship. And it's going to remind you not to get too full of yourself, not to get too ahead of yourself, because, you know, there's going to be some disappointment if you rush this. You could prevent your wishes from coming true. So there is a warning here. Just because they're into you and they're romantic and August is going to fly off the charts with passion, you still need to personal boundary this, because they're very reserved, very, and they do struggle on opening up their honesty about what they really want. This is the kind of person that just goes with the emotions and goes with the flow and doesn't think about long term. They're just in the moment. So you are dealing with a very in the moment kind of guy or girl. So when it comes to long term plans, that can definitely, well, it's going to bring you a few issues, isn't it? With your cow energy for your oracle, you could expect a miracle. So you are a beautiful person and you're at a beautiful point in your life. Your needs are going to be met effortlessly in so many ways by this man or this woman. You can fully embrace this truth by focusing on that, looking at the good. This person is proud to contribute to you and nourish you in a way. And the cow spirit says, pay attention, because the love that you're going to be receiving from him or her is actions deserved. And they are making a choice and behaving in a way to show you how they feel. They may not tell you, but they're going to show you. This is going to be a projection. Now is also a time when you're going to see a lot of your projects and commitments that you previously created with him or her kind of get set into motion. And you're going to start seeing results from all that work that you've put into this connection, which is a lot of love and romance. Stay positive about this, okay? Cow Spirit promises you that you're never going to run out of miracles. So there's a lot of hope in this relationship, even when it kind of looks a little bit dark. Delays, but hope. In the protection message, it asks you to pay attention how you talk to yourself, what you think about yourself, and don't spend too much time distracting yourself on the internet or obsessing over this relationship, or, and this is for a lot of you watching, just a specific message, overeating. You really got to be careful about overeating, and especially eating things that are not healthy for you. Okay, this relationship may make you prone to overeating or eating unhealthy. Whatever it is you're doing, you're being nudged to assess how you're looking after your needs in this connection. The universe has a way of reflecting back to you the events and conditions that match how you treat yourself. Cow Spirit reminds you that the universe does want the very best for you just as much as you do. All right. Hey, Sabrina. I hope you have a great night too. So let's get your fortune cookie for pile number 1. What kind of miracles can we expect? Okay. Take charge. Fortune favors the brave, so suit up. So don't be afraid to go in on this. I know you're a little bit reserved, but don't be afraid. There's a blessing here. The cow and new love is a blessing. So I do think that you're going to get some fulfillment out of this connection. But I do feel overall they'll be in your future, most likely, but there will be some delays. Take care of yourself, because how you look and how you feel about yourself will determine if this person's going to be in your future or not. Bottom of the deck is love is a journey, not a destination. So you just keep swimming. You got this. All right. So that concludes pile number 1. If that was your outcome, good for you. All right. Pile number 2, 17 minutes and 30 seconds. Koala. It said Spirit has a plan. This is a past life relationship. You have known each other before. So first thing I want to say before I even pull the other cards, if you picked pile number 2, this is someone from your past. You know who they are. This isn't a new relationship. It's not fairly current. This is someone from your past. And not only that, they're from a past life as well. So before you were even born in this world, in this life, they were there before. So there is a deep connection. The whole koala spirit has a plan, means there's destiny for the two of you. You're supposed to be together for some reason. I kind of get the feeling already that they're supposed to be in your future. But let's see. Deep, dark times in isolation. I need time alone. Mostly, I feel this is you. I feel you want to step away from your partner. You're going into the soul. You're doing some deep soul searching, some healing, some self-evaluation. Who are you? What do you want? What are you doing here? Kind of stuff. Big questions. You're not even really sure if you want this connection or any connection, because that's very single. So I do feel if you pick pile number 2, you're definitely feeling like you want to be more single than anything. Will they be in your future? 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. 9 of Swords in the reverse. And I'm hearing in order for them to be in the future, a decision has to be made. And right now you're on the fence. I kind of feel this is up to you, not to them. There's definitely been some sleepless nights for them about you. They do stay up late at night thinking of you, and I'm sure there's been in the past you used to stay up late at night and thinking about them, but lately they've been staying up and thinking about you. The peripheral balls have been dropped, and you may have taken on too much in this connection. Like, this connection was very overwhelming, very time consuming, and draining. And so it took too much of you. And it's impossible for you to continue giving to this person. It's time for you to slow down and get back on track in your life and kind of regroup and rethink about even partaking in this relationship any further. So I think you are giving them a rest. Again, are they going to be in your future? It's up to you. You have to decide when you're ready if you want to take them on, because they're a very draining person, meaning maybe politically, maybe spiritually, negatively, in ways they drain your energy. And it's a lot to keep up. And you're not even sure if you want to do that kind of stuff. So when this card comes up, especially in reverse, there's definitely a lot of anxiety, stress, obviously sleepless nights. There's an endless loop of kind of self-doubt. I think you're dealing with a negative person, and you're like, why are you so negative? Why is everything around you so negative? And I just feel like you're a very positive person. You guys are kind of polar opposites in the sense with the Two of Pentacles, kind of just circling around one another, a very 1-7-ish, like where they're negative, you're positive. Where they might feel high and happy, you might feel low and disrespected. Like there's a lot of weirdness here. And it's like, I don't know if we can ever come eye to eye. So you love them and you do have a past life. You obviously have karma, but you're at a place in your life with the koala spirit where you're on a very, very spiritual part of the journey. And you are more into self-evaluation and self-reflection than anything. And that's really important to you. The relationship that you have with yourself, that's really important to you. So it doesn't matter if they're divine. You're like, I have a relationship with you, yes, but I have a relationship with me and I value that. And so you're kind of just juggling back and forth what you want to do about them. So kind of on the fence, I would say. You're not 100% sure if you want to walk away or stay. Your oracle message is, in nature, the koala moves very slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree, leisurely chewing on the leaves and reminding us that life is not a race or a competition. This koala is kind of chasing around after every distraction that can keep us from recognizing that we all have a need, that spirit will always be there with the gifts to sustain us. And you're being asked to trust that by moving slowly in this relationship, with faith in the abundance that is everywhere, surrendering to this spiritual power greater than yourself is going to help you manifest the things that you really desire in your heart. And as you take your time enjoying everything that's kind of in front of you right now, just sitting peacefully, you begin to radiate in a happiness, pleasure, and contentment. You're starting to have faith and you're starting to trust that spirit does have a plan. And you don't really care about control and you don't really care what happens tomorrow. You're just like, whatever. You're either here or you're not. It doesn't matter to you. Wow. This relationship doesn't really matter to you. You're like, they could go or they could stay. Kind of just uninterested. In the protection message, are you feeling uneasy? Are you mistrusting them a lot? Have you been hiding in a safe place away from them? A place where you won't get hurt? You're afraid to venture out with your heart because you're convinced they're going to disappoint you again. They're going to humiliate you again. So it's just much safer to stay over here alone and not entertain this person. You're finding safety in saying that you're busy a lot of the time. And perhaps you're acting kind of slowly and overcautious because you lack faith that this connection can go further. You've recently ignored a phone call from them, maybe a few of them. You're just not responding. This is something that's becoming more and more familiar to you. You're forgetting what it's like to be in love with them. They've created a negative place for you, and it's made you a little bit pessimistic about where this relationship is going. So as you go off on your own, you're meant to replenish your energy because you have been drained. Spirit wants you to experience some happiness, and Spirit wants you to be good to yourself. I think you've lost a lot of yourself in this relationship if you picked pile number 2. You kind of lost who you were. You spent so much time catering to them. What do you need? When do you need it? I'm your friend. I'm your counselor. I'm here to support you. I'm here to hug you. I'm here to just be a comfort. I'm here to be a soft place for you to land in your stressful life. But where were they when you needed it, you know? And this is probably a karmic cycle that's played throughout eons where you tend to be the giver. 2 of Pentacles in reverse, but you've never really been the receiver. And Spirit is going to teach you. And you're asking to be taught. You're asking to learn what does it feel like to be the receiver? To not give enough, to do what I want, to do what I want, to be where I want, and to surround myself in the energy that I want. That's what you're doing. You used to smile and nod and agree with so many things that you really in your heart didn't. And so, okay, so you're kind of going off on your own. And I think that is Spirit's plan, is for you to just rediscover yourself. So there's a lot of singleness and isolation here for pile number 2. And as far as them being in your future, I'm going to stick to what I said. It's really up to you on if you ever really want to entertain that again. I know they've been reaching out. You've left them on red, or you haven't answered all their calls. So they're kind of in the dark, not really sure where you're at in this. And you're like, that's fine. It doesn't bother me if they're not sure. So let's see what the future holds, fortune cookies. You have opportunity knocks. Get up and answer the door now. So they're coming after you. Devil in the details, not what it seems. They're not going to let you go. Yeah, they have plans. So as you're drifting away, they're coming closer. This is a little bit of that cliche. The chaser becomes the runner. And the runner becomes the chaser. It kind of does feel like that for pile number 2. So if that's you, that's what the future holds. And I do think the ball will be in your court because the 2 of Pentacles is reversed. So the more you ignore them, the more they think about you. It just is what it is. It is that cat-mouse kind of situation. All right, past life karmic connection here. All right, there you go, pile number 2. Singleness, isolation, pulling away, and you being chased a little bit. That's kind of the situation, okay? So if you picked that and you want to know what's going to happen in the future, it's really up to you. You're going to be going on some isolative, if that's even a word, vacations, getaways. This is where you're going to shut off the phone. listen to the rain, just look at nature. Like, I definitely see a very spiritual, solitary getaway. And it could be as long as a week or even 2 weeks. Like, this is a real, I'm stepping away from the world. I have to think about everything. So that's what I see as far as the future. It's up to you. All right. But they do care about you and they are going to pursue. I don't want to leave you hanging on that. All right. So we're going to move on. Pile number 3, 30 minutes and 30 seconds, we'll say. You got the wolf spirit and turning knowledge into wisdom. Okay. So this is your experiences. Finally, you've learned from it. Oh, wow. Look, forgiving and learning. Learning and wisdom. There you go. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So I feel like you're a lone wolf over here as well, a very lone wolf. And I feel like you've learned so much from this relationship. It helped you grow into who you are. You are a spiritually evolved adult because of what this relationship taught you. This man or this woman taught you so much. And they're asking for your forgiveness. This person's going to be begging for your forgiveness, asking you, please forgive me. Somebody here may even have a wolf tattoo, or wolves might be their spiritual animal in some way. We have mastering a karmic lesson. Can you just stop for a moment and be in awe at how spirit is talking to you? Knowledge, learning, and lesson. I'm sorry, but if you picked this pile, that's exactly what everything has been about in your connection. That is who this is. Yes, they humiliated you. Yes, you've been guarded. Yes, they're begging for your forgiveness. That's something that's going on. But you've grown because of them, and they've grown because of you. And can I just say, this relationship is absolutely 100% karmic. You have the King of Wands, Leo vibes, and the Queen of Swords, Aquarius vibes. And, you know, you could change these signs to whatever fits. Put these down here so you could see it. But notice how the king and queen are turning their backs towards each other. Okay. He sits on his throne a little higher than this Queen of Swords. We have somebody here, fire sign Leo, that thinks they kind of have a high ego. They're better than everybody else. Somebody thinks they're better. And the truth is, no. These two people just are going to have to agree to disagree. They're never really going to make full amends, even if that apology comes. It's more like, I forgive you, and I'll always love you, but I'm not stupid, Queen of Swords. I know you're a player, King of Wands. I know you're a cheater. I know that you like to get what you want when you want. I know that your feelings change on a whim. I know that you're driven. I know that you're high energy. You're just too much for me. Queen of Swords, you're too much. It's just too much. You're too much. I love you, but this is not the kind of relationship long term for me. I think I'm ready to set off and be a lone wolf. I love you and I appreciate you so much. And you mean the world to me. I'm very, doting, very, there's a lot of love. He's holding her head and he's just like, I forgive you. I love you. And she's like, please forgive me, and he's being very loving. But there's these little angels kind of whispering to him and they're kind of saying, move on. You know, you've mastered this karmic relationship. You've mastered the lesson. You don't need to be here anymore. When it's a karmic relationship, there's an expiration date. It just is that way. People want to stay in karmic relationships for forever, and they can't. Karmic relationships, they just end because they have to. And it's like, no matter how much you fight to keep it, and you fight and you fight and you cry and you plead and you really give it everything to stay in the karmic relationship, spirit will find a way to separate you. And you'll find it. You'll find it in having to move to separate houses, or having to move to separate states, or going through makeups and breakups all the time. And it's like, are you done? Did you learn your karmic lesson? Let's move on. And so, yeah, this is all the wisdom, the learning. This is what's going on. Let's see what your oracle says there. Oh, by the way, this is the card that is second to last, meaning you were this person's almost last relationship, but you're not the last. Almost. You were like one of their later relationships. Like they might have had 2 or 3 or even 4 other serious relationships before you. And you guys both thought this is it, but it wasn't. There's still one more ahead. But just one more. Wolf Spirit leads deep into the enchanted forest. It holds secrets. Can you sense her beckoning you to follow? Asking you to take all you've learned and all you've been through with you? Can you integrate all of this information into your body, your mind, and your spirit? Whatever lessons you've learned along the way in this relationship, do not leave them unexamined. There was a reason. Be loyal to who you are, to your soul, and turn these experiences into knowledge and wisdom, and just experience the magic because of it. You are the one you have been waiting for. Be still and know that the sound of your heart is in harmony with the whole world. The appearance of wolf spirit is an auspicious omen that says you are going to be truly in alignment with your destiny. The protection message is what is unknown is still yet to be discovered. When the wolf spirit appears, you're being told not to pretend you know something when you don't. You won't impress anyone with a little bit of knowledge. In fact, you're going to rob yourself of a true experience, of the education. Don't brag about something you know when you really don't. Be open, be humble, be teachable, and the world will open itself up. Now is the time to look into your situation with reverence and awe. You will never grow old if you are willing to keep learning. Wolf Spirit is waiting to be your mystical loving guide. So someone here is older. That's why it came out like you thought this was going to be your last relationship, but it's not. And it's because somebody was older. You know, we all get of that age and we're like, this is it. I'm not going to play around with anybody else. I'm not going to be with other people. I've made up my mind. This is the final relationship. No. This is karmic. And as far as the future, you guys will turn away from one another. the backs will be turned on one another, not out of hate or an argument, but out of knowledge that it's just done with us. We're not meshing well. The king of fire and the queen of air are not going to mesh well, because the truth is, air creates more fire. And the fire just makes this air sign just really full of hot air, just argumentative. There's a lot of explosive arguments in this relationship. But I think you guys have mastered your tempers, and I think a lot of what you learned in this relationship was how to cool your tempers. Yeah, that's what I feel. And as far as meeting someone down the road in the future, I mean, that's a mystery. But as far as this person that you're dealing with right now, your person of interest, I don't see them in your future. I see them continuing to beg for forgiveness because they've done some wrong things. But even if you forgive them, this is going to dwindle. So yeah, I just don't see it. Let's get the fortune cookie. Relief. I think it's almost a relief to be done with this relationship. Something wonderful is about to happen to you. And look at that. The sun will come out tomorrow for the better. And I don't need to sing that song for you. You guys know. I hope you took that reading with an open heart. Everything happens for a reason. Everything ends for a reason. There's obviously something good down the road, or the sun wouldn't be there. This relationship just wasn't meant to last. It was karmic. So I love you, and thank you guys for watching me. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. We're not going to get there super fast. This is just one reading out of many. If this resonated with you, awesome. If it didn't, that's okay. I can't probably resonate with every single person that watches, so I'm sorry if I didn't. Maybe next time. But thank you so much for watching. Please interact with me 3 times if you can. That would help this channel to grow. And remember, I love you so much. I appreciate you and all your support. So anyone who wants a private reading, $66, I'll be happy to do that. And if you guys donate, whatever that is, I'll probably give you a card or 2, whatever the donation is, on Cash App or my website. That's it. I will see you guys tomorrow then. And we're going to finish up our love and money readings. So stay tuned. We're going to see what's going on with love and money tomorrow. Okay? I'll see you guys later. Thank you for watching, and good night. Bye, Raquel. Bye, Ling. Oh, Ling, it's 3 p.m. there. Oh, my gosh. Enjoy your day. I love you. Bye, Ling. Bye, Ellen. I'm glad to see you.